Podcast episode something or other.
Yep.
We'll figure it out eventually. If you're watching these in the
episode, Ryan's back.
Ryan is back, yes. I am back from the woods.
Yep.
Survived my Penzic cough that I acquired.
It's Penzic herpes.
Penzic herpes.
Penzic herpes.
Penzic herpes, man.
I can't get on board with that name.
Mostly affects your throat.
Yeah.
For some reason. Not sure why, but that's how Penzic herpes works. Just sort of that disease.
Yeah, it's hard to walk away from that much awesome vacation unscarred, so. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to jump right into it. Hateful Eight trailer dropped
Yes,
this past week, which, if you haven't had a chance to see it, I'll try to remember to put it in the show description so you can check it out.
That's good. I like that. That's very honest.
Yeah,
because
it may be there.
Previous ones I've said I'll put it in the notes, and they're not.
If not, L to Google.
Yeah,
right. You know how to find it. You know how to find it.
L to Google.
Go to the YouTubes.
Yeah, there's a leaked trailer for Civil War that got dropped out.
That got dropped.
Yeah.
And I noticed that Disney's not flipping their shit about it.
Yeah, that's because Disney's professional. They're
like
not
Warner Brothers. They're flipping their shit about it. But,
screenshot or a cast shot of Rogue One.
Yeah. From the cast. Picture of all the cast.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting picture. I like the feel of the picture. I really do.
It's very gritty. It's very
gritty.
Yeah.
It's very lived in, like the original movies were.
Donnie Yen is in it. That's cool. I like Donnie Yen. So.
We've got the trailer over there, or the picture we're all looking at. So if you're like, I can't see, guys, well, that's because internet.
We'll put it in the links, maybe.
Maybe. But let's see. Roby and I went out last night. We saw A Man From U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah, The Man From U.N.C.L.E.
Which was a pretty awesome film.
It was a good film. It was very. I really enjoyed it. I really did.
Sounds pretty humorous.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, you could definitely see the way it influenced Archer.
Yeah.
In that, but it's funny, and we'll get into this more when we talk about the film. But the main guy who played Solo he was the guy from like White Collars, the TV show?
No, the guy who played Napoleon Solo.
Yeah, wasn't he?
That's Superman, bro.
Is it? It is.
That's Superman, bro.
That is Superman.
That's Superman.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Henry Cavill, a.k.a. Superman.
Who I'm beginning to like as an actor, actually.
Oh, he was awesome.
He was really good in this movie.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie, but I've seen him.
He was really good as the American James Bond in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. But, so we got a fairly decent show. We're going to touch on all these points and talk about them. Probably end up on Man From U.N.C.L.E. So, is it Man From U.N.C.L.E.? Man From U.N.C.L.E.
It's Man From U.N.C.L.E.
Man From U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
Saw a movie. I don't know the title, too. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so jumping back, Hateful Eight trailer.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of that?
This trailer was, much like the Deadpool trailer was, so 90s. The Hateful Eight trailer was so Tarantino. It was
It really was.
Even if I didn't know Tarantino made this movie, after watching it, I'd be like, Tarantino definitely made this movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is a fucking Tarantino movie.
Absolutely Tarantino movie. A lot of Tarantino flavor and style, but it also has. I like the cast a lot so far. Obviously, I'm a fan of Samuel L.
Samuel L. Jackson.
It's hard for me sometimes watching trailers with Samuel L. now to see a character that he's playing and not Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's almost become a parody of himself at this point. Every time I see him in a movie these days, and it's not it hasn't always been that way, because in the original, in Pulp Fiction, he's Jules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when I see him now in a trailer, I'm like, oh, it's Samuel L. Jackson's in this movie. I'm not like he's playing a guy in this movie. I'm like Samuel L's in this movie, being Samuel L. Jackson. With the exception being Django, where he wasn't Samuel L. Jackson.
No. Listen, the thing is, I generally agree. I see what you're saying. In a trailer, that's always the way it works out. But I think anytime I see a movie where he gets to do his thing in the movie, he always fleshes that character out, and it's not just Samuel L. anymore. I think a good example of this is The Kingsman.
Yeah.
If you just saw Samuel L. in the trailers, that's Samuel L. But then you watch the movie, and he's a different guy.
He's a completely different character than what he's usually.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Kingsman, I would say, is another one where he wasn't really Samuel L. so much, but yeah. I'm saying, all the time when I see him in the trailer, I'm just like, oh, it's Samuel L. Jackson. He's not playing someone in this movie, he's playing himself in this movie, being Samuel L. Jackson was going to be all bad motherfucker on people and shit.
Listen, you just gotta. I think once you see the actual movie and he gets to do his thing, it turns out different.
Right. Fair enough.
I mean, and that's why part of the reason why I really like him. He can be Samuel L., but he doesn't have to be.
I'm actually excited to see Kurt Russell in this movie as well.
Yes.
Kurt Russell. Yep.
Kurt Russell looks amazing in this movie.
Dude,
his facial hair is amazing. I have to say, it's like
there should be
as someone
there should be a trailer just for his mustache. In this movie. There really should.
Honestly, that thing could probably jump off a building and just glide down to the surface.
I wonder if he saw himself like. What I want to know is if it's makeup. Or if it's his actual face, because he can grow that kind of facial hair. From some of the other, like some of the, off when he's not in the movie pictures, he's got like a solid set. But just saying, like, I think I would probably, if I could grow that facial hair, that would be my facial hair.
One of the things I took away from this trailer was like I felt fucking cold just watching this thing.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cold.
There's a lot of layers.
Like,
that need to be worn.
He portrays just how cold and like. Especially for the time period where all you might have is a fire to warm things up, like it looks really good.
Yeah,
it looks really good, really well done. I like the setting a lot. I'm generally not a westerns guy, but I am a Tarantino fan.
Yeah,
I like Tarantino's westerns for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually kind of revitalized though, because I've always been a fan of like westerns, but like spaghetti western, like Good, the Bad, the Ugly, stuff like that. But I hadn't really watched a whole lot of them. Prior, like I'd watched them, but I haven't really like rewatched them. But after watching Django, it really threw me back into it. Like I went back and watched all my old favorite Eastwood favorites. You know what I mean? Like all these. I even watched some episodes of Gunsmoke, just dicking around. But it's like he is really doing a good job of just like, for me personally, throwing me back into enjoying these classic films that are cheesy but still really good. So
Django's a Southern,
excuse me. Yes.
Just saying.
It's a Southern film.
It's a Southern.
That's theoretically correct. Yeah.
But no,
Not technically most correct.
I actually, see, for me, I don't like Westerns, but I do like what Tarantino does with Western-type movies or Western sort of settings. Like Django, I almost certainly love The Hateful Eight.
Yeah. If you're telling an interesting story in a Western setting, I'm there. I'm going to enjoy it. If you're telling a Western story, if you're telling cowboy stories, I don't care that much about cowboy stories. Yeah. But if you're telling an interesting story about revenge or about taking an interesting character story and it happens to be in a Western setting, okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He has blanked with these though. This isn't it's not 100%. Like you still got to go into this thinking this could be bad.
This could be bad.
Yeah. Sukiyaki Western Django was terrible.
To be fair. Not entirely his fault.
True.
Yeah.
Not entirely his fault.
Not entirely his fault.
Well, he didn't make it. He just put his name on it, right?
Right. He just imported it.
And then put scenes with him in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
He absolutely did that. He added scenes with him in it.
He did.
Okay.
It was
a remix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure the exact dynamic there or how he was involved. But he obviously put his name on it. He put himself in it. So he has something to do with it, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
Really bad. And I was actually very excited for it. And, that was dashed my hopes right onto some rocks.
Yeah.
Pretty awful.
Yeah, it was not good. It was really not good.
Yeah. But, in the long run, Tarantino does very few things that I dislike. So, he has done things like... I was never a huge fan of Reservoir Dogs. A lot of people love Reservoir Dogs.
This guy?
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't like it.
Amazing movie.
I just don't like it that much.
But, if you're not a fan of, just dialogue and stuff like that with not a whole lot of action...
No, I'm a fan of dialogue. That has nothing to do with it. I just didn't care for any of the people. And I'm like, they all died and I didn't give a shit.
I didn't care. Yeah, okay. Yeah. They're all bad guys. I can understand, not really...
Yeah, I didn't connect with any of them.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you have a connection to them, well, they're good or bad. If they're going to die or not, but it's a matter of them being good characters. I thought they were relatively good characters.
I liked them, yeah.
Connor's just racist, can't...
Racism.
Can't
no Asian ones.
because they're not Asian.
Right.
Yeah.
Whitewashing.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood whitewash.
Which is unusual for Samuel L. He usually puts some color in there.
Yeah.
That cracks me up. The people on Reddit being angry about the Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan being yellow washed.
Being yellow washed.
Oh god, that is such a racist term.
They call it rice washed.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Rice.
Oh, that is so racist.
So racist.
That is so.
I didn't.
Oh god. Yes.
I watched the anime. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get into a live action of this.
Watch the new trailer. The new trailer did hit for it.
The new trailer's hit earlier this week.
I know. I see the previews on the Facebook.
Pretty impressive trailer.
Really?
Yeah, like some of the CG is obviously like not American standard because we love to put lots of money in our movies.
Right.
But it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. And if you like the story, I suppose you're probably still gonna like it. I don't know. I've watched about half of the animated series, and I'm like.
I watched the whole thing because I binge watch. So when it was on, I had a weekend. I was like, screw it, I'm doing it.
I watched the whole thing because I have a healthy appreciation for anime in general.
Right.
I watch a lot of anime, so.
That you do.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. It should be interesting, and I'm sure I'll see the movie when it comes out because we'll go. I'm sure. But,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be entertaining.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, the reason why they call it rice washing. So first of all, that is a racist term. Let's just get that out of the way.
Oh, absolutely, it's racist.
But the reason why they say that is because one of the characters in the anime named Mikasa was Asian, but she was like the last Asian.
On the planet, the
last Asian, and so people like found her super beautiful and like really interesting.
Yes, that's the great thing. They were still fetishizing the one Asian woman.
Yes, yeah, they were.
She was still being fetishized.
Yeah,
it's great.
But you know that's what made her special.
Right.
You know, because she looked different from everybody else, and she was very exotic. Whereas, like, everybody else is supposed to be basically, like, Anglo-Saxon, European.
Right, everyone's like German.
or something.
You know, we're British, essentially, so...
But, I mean...
So everybody else is white.
You take,
one Asian lady.
You take a Japanese IP, and you let the Japanese make it, what do you think is going to happen?
They're going to cast Japanese people.
They're going to cast Japanese people.
Absolutely they are.
You know?
Yeah.
So is, like, the one Asian remaining going to be, like, a white lady? Like,
no,
that actually would be hysterical.
Yeah, that would be hysterical.
That would be if they just flipped it.
Yeah.
They got like one white lady to play.
Like she's Dutch or something.
Right.
They love putting Dutch in their movies.
That would be pretty great.
They do.
Yeah.
That's a historical thing too.
Yeah.
But, anyways, it actually looks really pretty good. Very creepy.
Yeah, it looks very creepy.
Like,
well, that's good because, like, I mean, when you're watching the anime, you're just kind of these guys are doing their training thing. All of a sudden, these big, gigantic, smiling monsters eat people or something. That is nuts.
There is one thing I don't like about the trailer is that what I really liked about the anime was that it was colorful. There was a lot of color. It was very vibrant.
Yeah, there was a lot of color,
and that made the monsters honestly more scary. Like
they were almost like from nature.
From nature, and then despite the picturesque scene. It was horror. Like, it was taking from you something that was beautiful and making it, like, very, very frightening. This is very gray washed. It's very gray, very bleak looking. And I'm like, I'm not a big fan of that. I think they should kind of keep the color. I think that gave a lot of the anime its charm. Taking that away might work better on the big screen. Maybe maybe that's why they did it. In real life, it might look a little weird, but... It's
in Technicolor. The colors are so real you can taste them.
In Kodachrome.
In Kodachrome.
Colorchrome,
yeah.
Kodachrome. That was a lot.
In Kodachrome.
There's a scene in Man From U.N.C.L.E. where this guy, he documents all of his torture, right? So he's got Solo tied down. Spoiler alert, Solo gets captured. It's a movie, it happens. But, so he's getting tortured, right? And the guy's like, oh, this is going to be, he's got this, like, scrapbook of all of his work, and he's got this blanket. He's like, you're going to go here, and it's not going to be in black and white.
Right.
It's going to be in Kodachrome.
Yeah,
it's like colors
like
so
Kodak.
real, you can almost...
Kodachrome.
You can almost taste it.
Like, wow. Yeah. This movie is definitely in the 60s.
Yeah.
This is where it's taking place, but...
So Attack on Titan, pretty sweet then?
I think, yeah, well, we should make a list of things that we should put in the links in the YouTube video.
Attack on Titan trailer should be on there too.
Should definitely be on there.
I'm going to try to see if I can find a way to splice them in. There's got to be a way. I got to find a place where I can download the trailer when I would ask the fans to tell me how to do it, but I think we got like 2.
John doesn't know how.
John doesn't know how. Okay. I can tell you right now,
if at some point that you happen across this video and you're listening to this going, what the hell is this guy? You got to know what he's doing? Correct. Guy doesn't know what he's doing. Tell me how to put videos in my movies.
Yeah.
And don't say press record, because I will fucking murder you.
Whoa, bro, that's on tape now.
Yeah, but...
You just threatened literally everyone in the United States with murder.
I'm just saying, this is what got Sean in trouble. Offhanded comments like this.
Okay.
Everyone in the United States.
I will not murder you. I will look at your name and think very, very angry, but not murderous thoughts towards you.
Not murders. That's the key. Not murder. Not even assault. Not even assault thoughts.
I'll be upset with you.
I will be disappointed.
I'll think things like, that person really hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I'm going to have very negative opinions, but keep it to myself about you. So, yeah. Also, D23 is going on in California this week.
What's D23?
So there's some Disney conference that they have.
It's a Disney conference, yeah.
Yeah, they have it. They actually hold it in the same hall that they hold Comic-Con in.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the reason why we're getting, the leaked footage from...
Yeah, the leaked Civil War trailer.
The Civil War trailer.
All that stuff getting released at D23 this week.
All the Disney stuff.
All that Disney stuff, right? That's why we got a bunch of new stuff about...
Man, when did Disney stop being cartoons and start being like a massive everything?
When they bought Marvel and Star Wars?
Well, when they realized that they could make a lot of money off of it. I mean, they've always been about money, so that they follow it.
I mean, it's super cool that they're doing it, don't get me wrong. I mean, if you have a good brand, you want to expand it out with like good stuff, but I'm just not used to seeing like a Disney con where you're watching Star Wars things and Captain America things and...
That's what they do.
I think it's when they
but...
realize that like that culture is seeped into, like at first it was something that either only little boys did, and it was only socially acceptable for like young boys who are like growing up watching Saturday morning cartoons to enjoy. But now it's starting to leak into like teenagers and adults are now loving it because we were those kids.
Yeah.
Right. And now we're adults.
And now we're in control of these things.
And now we're the people who pay money to see this stuff.
Right.
So, they just figured it out. They followed the money, man.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I love it. I love it because they put the quality into it too. Like that classic Disney, quality they put into things, with the exception of some things. But yeah.
Well, it's the high. Like I said, we like to put a lot of money into our movies because they make a lot of money.
We
so,
do.
I mean, it's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. So there's some. I know there was some new Force Awakens info out there. Like apparently that Kylo Ren is not his name. Kylo Ren but he's from a Knights of Ren organization.
Oh.
And so Kylo is his title from the Knights of Ren. Of Ren, right. But that's not his name. And they're very heavily dropping hints that like nobody has you don't know anyone's real last name. You don't know the Star Wars, you don't know the Stormtrooper's last name, you don't know Daisy Ridley's character's last name.
We don't know it in the movie when we watch the movie, or we don't know it now?
We don't know it now because
that's going to have some kind of
implication
impact.
is that one of them is going to be revealed to be someone's offspring at some point in the movie. Whether it's Kylo Ren, whether it's Daisy, whether it's John Boyega's character, nobody knows for sure.
Who would jump?
One of those.
Calrissian?
Lando's kid?
He was the only black dude in Star Wars.
Yeah.
The only. The last.
Yeah.
Just like in Cloud.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we could definitely use more, more racially diverse, cast, which...
Right.
We don't really have it. We got one black dude again.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't really have that.
As far as we know, that's what we got. Yeah. We haven't seen anybody else.
More females?
Else for sure.
More females?
There is a lot of complaint about the Smurfette principle applying again in all of the Star Wars movies where you have, the one girl who's the character. Which is also true for the Rogue One picture they released, where they had 8 main members of the cast, one of which is female.
Yeah, but 3 of those dudes are gay, so it doesn't matter.
Are they? I don't even know who most of them are, so...
I'm kidding.
I think you're being
I honestly don't know.
That's fucking racist.
How's that racist?
Everything that's unfair is racism.
Listen, you just have, white guilt. That's obviously what that is.
Although they do have a wider range of races available in Rogue One.
Still the Smurfette.
Still Smurfette principle, though.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo?
Yeah.
No, that's Donnie Yen.
That's Donnie Yen, bro.
No, but it'd be cooler if it was Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
It would be.
Actually, I thought that's Donnie Yen and Trejo in a movie together. But...
Yeah, that'd be fantastic, actually. I would watch that.
Yeah, why are there no Mexicans in space?
You know what?
Space.
I'll be entirely frank with you. Asians complain a lot about not having a bankable actor.
Right.
And for the most part, we don't. There's a few that are good, but you're not going to see a movie built for them.
Well, you don't have Well, no, what you see is movies only built for them. You don't see them You see we need an Asian guy to play a martial arts star. That's the only time we put Asian guys as stars in movies.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's the same for
It's the same for Hispanic.
Right. You know,
well, look at
when we need
take
somebody
Ant-Man for that. I mean, I hate Ant-Man was an excellent film, but the person that they had as a Hispanic person was such a trope. Like he was so like
everyone,
cartoon
like
classic.
all of the criminals.
Yeah.
That were like amazingly tropey. Like you had the minority, you had like the Hispanic guy, the black guy, and the immigrant. Like those were their criminals. Hispanic guy, black guy, immigrant. Like really, guys?
Let's
reading off the great big book of tropes.
Hold on. This is we're gonna call this a trope, but I think there's absolutely some reason behind this. Okay? And it's good reason. I shouldn't say good reason. It's a valid reason, we'll say.
Okay.
That's because most of the people in jail aren't white. They're
right?
minorities and immigrants.
Yeah.
No,
and that's where they met.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
And that's where they met. So if you're going to meet somebody in jail, there's a higher chance it's going to be a minority.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's not right. It's not fair. But it's real.
True. Yeah.
I didn't say it didn't feel real. I'm just saying they could have made some effort. Like they could have sent him to white collar crime.
I'm just saying the main character was white. He was in jail.
White collar crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're trying to get a job with Baskin Robbins, but they always find out.
Yeah, Baskin Robbins always finds out.
Baskin Robbins.
That was good shit. That was good shit. Yeah, so there was some other stuff about Force Awakens. I didn't read through all of it because I'm kind of trying to keep some of it like.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to be a surprise for me.
Surprise for
yeah, I'm not going to read that much on that.
Like,
I really want that movie to come out and just be a complete surprise to me.
Yeah. But one of them is definitely going to be somebody's kid.
Well, that's obvious, I think.
Right.
That was pretty.
And also, Boyega's character could have had a black mom. Okay.
I'm racist now.
Mom could have been black. It doesn't have to be just Lando's kid.
You're right.
Could have had a black mom. You don't know that.
That's true. I'm being racist and sexist.
Yeah. Double.
Yeah.
So, and we talked about...
It's Leia's kid.
We talked about casting a young Han Solo. They released some more information about that. They're looking to make Han Solo in his, like, late teens to early 20s in this movie.
Shave my beard.
So, like, a 17 to 23-year-old Han Solo.
I don't like this project because I don't know. Well, as much as I would like to see Solo's journey, you know, to being Solo, who he was, you know, in his 30s and early 30s,
right?
In Star Wars, that's an interesting journey I think to watch or to see. He's really hard to cast.
Yeah.
I agree, and I think like this is going to be one of the things. Like I've had this conversation I think with all my friends at this point, except for maybe you, Ryan. Because you were gone.
I've been gone.
But basically everybody else, I'm like, hey, young Han Solo, you got. Who are you casting to be young Han Solo?
Shit, young Han Solo.
And how do you do it? Because Han Solo's an iconic character. He's motherfucking Han Solo. You know? Like Captain Mal is based off of Han Solo.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, let's think about that.
But you gotta have somebody... Okay, you gotta cast somebody who's young.
Right.
And at the same time...
you have to cast somebody who can pull off being young.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Kate Mara, who's in her 30s, pulled off a freaking college student. Like, in her early 20s.
Did you pull it off?
Did she?
Did anything in that movie get pulled off, really?
Did it?
I'm just saying, like, you could make it. You can tell us that's what it is, but I don't know if you can pull it off or not.
I would have believed it. I don't know. I would have said, okay, well, she looks a little old for that, but it's not completely unbelievable.
Fair enough.
So, fine.
Yeah.
Well, we'd have to check out some of these younger movies where, like, you've got... Granted, they're terrible teen movies, but at the same time, you might find like a rising star. I got no one.
And also, like, what story? Because young Han Solo is not going to be Han Solo.
Right.
So people who go into young Han Solo movie need to understand that we're not going to get
becoming
mini Harrison Ford.
Yeah, he's becoming.
That's not what we're
Han
looking
Solo.
for.
Yeah.
Looking for somebody who
Honestly,
can have that same like core of a personality and grow through the adversity that he's faced to become that guy.
Well, what they could do, I mean, if they're going to make a movie about him being young, is it could just be when he's doing the race, you know, like smuggling through the race or whatever. Like he could be
the spice runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Kessel spice run.
Well, you gotta have him. You gotta have him saving Chewbacca.
Yeah.
That's important.
Which means that you gotta have him be part of the Empire. Which means if they cast a British dude to do it, I'm fine with that.
He loses his accent somewhere along the line.
Yeah, well, you absolutely would not want to be as a smuggler. You would want to lose your accent in a hurry.
That's a very good point. That's a really good point.
By 15 years from now, he would have gotten rid of his accent. He'd have trained him out of himself.
Yeah.
Out of himself, you know what I mean? So, if they want to cast a British dude, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
Well, what's one thing? I mean, I hate to bring in.
Well, or just somebody who can do a British accent.
Well,
someone who can do a British accent, which means mostly British people.
You guys, Yeah, SWTOR, right? And there's when you play a smuggler in SWTOR, you start from nothing and you grow your setup, right?
Right.
And they had a really good way of him coming across, like his Chewbacca in that when you get your Wookiee, he's like slave to a hut and stuff like that. And he's got, I mean, I don't know, I think they could do something like that. I mean, kind of build the character.
Well, the Han Solo backstory that exists.
Right.
Okay.
Which I don't know that much of.
Is that Han Solo started off as an Imperial. He was an Imperial officer.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. Because he grew up as a flyboy
Hell, the
on
end was just
Corellia.
like, get this guy out of here.
And he... yeah, so John's really going to be angry about it. He's going to be super pissed.
John probably doesn't know. I'm just saying.
So he grew up on Corellia where, like, being a pilot was the big thing. Okay? And it became he joined the Imperial Army, became an Imperial, because they were all part of the Imperials. At that point, they were fine with it. And then he rescued Chewbacca from where they were using Wookiees as slaves to build stuff or whatever. He felt bad about it. He ended up rescuing Chewbacca, and they took off. And that's when he became part of the underworld. Because he's basically an eight-ball Imperial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he saved Chewbacca, and that's why Chewbacca owes him the life debt and all that stuff. So I think like that story gives you enough of a frame to build a good character and stuff like that. But who do you cast? Did you bring young Lando into it? Because then who do you cast as young Lando?
Ice Cube's son. From Straight Outta Compton.
I don't know who that is, actually.
I haven't seen it yet.
But, I don't know.
What's wrong about Donald Glover?
I mean, that's cool, but no.
The guy who plays, he's on Community.
Oh.
Isn't he a hip-hop artist, too?
He does.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. That's actually an excellent...
Donald Glover would be a really good young Lando, I think.
Yeah, that's a really good cast.
I think he'd be a really good young Lando.
I could see him pushing Colt 45 on me.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I think he could achieve the same smoothness that Lando has.
Yeah, absolutely.
As for young Solo...
Young Solo's so hard.
Especially if you're going like 23, like that young.
You would have to almost do an unknown actor at that point. I mean, because...
There's some people I think who have the chops for it, who look young enough who could do it, but I don't know if they have the right comedy timing or the right, like... Because the thing about Solo is that... Because it was Harrison Ford who did it, right? So the thing about Solo is he has this almost like he plays the wacky dude and the straight man in one dude.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do. And I think the reason why Harrison pulled it off is because that's how he is when he was that. He was just sort of that guy all the time.
Right.
You would almost have to have that same mindset. And I mean, Seth Rogen.
Get out of here.
Seth Rogen almost does that.
Is not young on Solo.
He's not
the right attitude for it.
But not the right look.
He's not the right look, and he's not the right age.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Like, some of the options. Let's go over some of the options.
If you look online, there are a ton of people who have tried to cast a young Han Solo movie. Like, there are literally 40 links of lists of people to play young Han Solo.
It is in the top 3 when you search.
Garrett Hedlund on the list a lot. I don't know who that guy is. This guy, Levitt, comes up all the time.
Yeah,
Gordon Levitt probably could do it.
He's got the right. He's got a good look for it, I think. He probably could do it. I think he's still too old for it.
I don't think he's too old.
Lots of people say Chris Pratt, and every time they do, I want to flying Superman punch them in their face.
I don't know what you think JGL look. He has a baby face. He looks always young.
He does have a baby face. I'm not saying he doesn't have.
If someone like JGL's 23, I'd be like, okay, all right,
fair enough. He could probably pull off a college student.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. He could do it.
We got Jesse Pinkman on here.
He's right. People like Aaron Paul needs to do it. Like, no, Chris Pratt, no.
You know what's interesting about this?
You know what I'm thankful for though. Not on any list have I seen Benedict Cumberbatch. On no list have I seen Benedict Cumberbatch yet. I'm thankful for that.
Pine looks too old.
Thank you, Internet. Chris Pine's too old. They got a bunch of other. You know who I think might be like Adrian Brody? No, get out of here, bro. No way.
You know what's interesting though is like you know who couldn't do this role? Like, interestingly enough, the person who could not do this role is Harrison Ford when he was young. I don't think he could because he's already too much Han Solo to be a young Han Solo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're looking for this growth that you can't have if you're already Han Solo.
Right.
The Kingsman kid.
The Kingsman kid, not a bad choice, I think.
That's a good choice.
Again, and him being British is fine with me.
Yeah.
I mean, British accent is fine with me because he's going to be an Imperial. He's going to be raised in an Imperial place.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the posh accent. He has
he's got the
he has the Manchester
Americans
accent.
don't know the difference. that much.
It's true.
They assume that there's they really don't. Like Americans really don't know the difference.
I do.
British.
I'm American.
That's pretty. You have different experiences than your average
Christopher
American.
Walken.
Okay, fair enough.
Christopher Walken. That's awesome. People like to say.
Wood.
Okay, get out of here, bro.
Just saying. Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Couple of look. That's about a Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
But the beef.
I was gonna say
the only
beef.
difference is the beef might be able to pull it off.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Because the beef has
looks-
already played Indy's kid.
Yeah.
He has played, yeah, but that was
a horrible movie.
Terrible.
That was a horrible movie.
I think the Beef has the acting chops to pull it off. I don't think he has. He honestly is looking a little rough nowadays.
Yeah, I don't think he has the right look for it.
Yeah.
I need to eat a damn cheeseburger.
What do you feel about Zac Efron?
I don't like it at all.
I hate
Too much
Zac
of a pretty boy.
He is awfully pretty.
Like Harrison Ford is. Han Solo was not a pretty boy.
No.
He was a scoundrel.
Right.
You know, girls liked him for the same reason they like Captain Jack Sparrow.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
because he's a bad boy.
not because he was a pretty boy.
Right. Let's see, who else I think it might be? Guy from Daredevil. Matt Murdock from Daredevil.
Oh,
Really?
He's a little old, but I think he could make. I think he could
I
sell
think
a little
he
younger.
could sell younger if they.
I mean, if they make
He
it
could
just a
sell
little
younger
bit.
if he tried.
Because honestly, they
If
look
he
like they were
shaved
pushing.
regularly, you could sell younger.
Well, I feel like they were pushing him to be a little older, even.
Right.
And I mean, he honestly seemed old, like they were pushing him to be a little older than what he was.
What about
Right.
not Matt Murdock, but his counterpart, the guy?
Foggy?
Foggy?
Yeah, shave his head. I mean, the guy's got the attitude for it.
He does have the attitude.
He's
for
got
it.
the right attitude for it, but
I mean,
He
he,
doesn't
had
have the
to
look.
drop
He's
a
not
little
the-
bit.
He
not
looks
the
like
right
a frog, man.
he doesn't
Yeah,
have the
but-
right look, man. He doesn't have the right look.
I think he could. I think he could have
I
a
think
chance.
Matt Murdock could do it. You could cast Foggy in the movie, absolutely. Make him his buddy. Because I think it'd be great.
Make him
but-
Chewbacca. Young Chewbacca.
Young Chewbacca's Foggy. Oh, God. But, like, I don't know. This is a hard cast, you know? Everyone who says Miles Teller, I want to punch in their face.
Yeah.
The guy who played Mr. Fantastic in the recent Fantastic Four.
I hate that dude.
disaster.
Apparently, he's a giant douchebag.
Good.
Apparently he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Image or art imitating life.
So, who do you cast down on Solo? I don't know, man. It's a rough call, and I'm glad it's not one that I have to make.
Yeah. Hayden Christensen, get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god. Oh god, that would be so awful. We should circulate that rumor.
Samuel Jackson.
Oh man.
No. You know what? This is one of these where there's a lot of options, and here's my honest to God guess. It's going to be somebody unknown. That's what I think.
I think unknown's the best way to
It
go.
would have to
that's
be,
the best way.
yeah.
Because there's going to be some unknown who's going to walk in and just
Well,
run
that's
out
what
the
they
park.
did with
on
the.
the reading.
That's what
That's-
they wanted
that's what
with the
I'm-
Star
that's what
Wars. Like the new Star Wars movies, they wanted to cast unknown actors for lead roles, and
They did.
yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
So I
For
mean,
the
that's
most
kind of their thing. I could easily
Yeah.
see them do that.
I mean, even was it Brianna? What is her name? Brienne of Tarth. What is
Yeah.
the actress's name? I can't remember.
You asked me too quick. I know the answer to this
Like
question.
even
but
she's
I-
relatively unknown.
relatively.
Like she's known from Game of Thrones, but that's not like silver screen.
Yes.
That's like she's not like a big name actor.
What are you doing? Right
I'm
now?
trying to like select all.
Your
of them.
typing is
Yeah.
it's not good. Gwendolyn
Christie.
Yes.
Gwendolyn Christie. Yeah.
Faster than your internet
Yeah.
search.
Yeah. Gwendolyn Christie.
Yeah. I didn't believe you, but now I have to.
Yeah. Well, she's already
she
in
was
the
good.
Star Wars movies,
Yeah.
so.
And,
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm saying, like-
I'm just saying she's not
Right.
a.
Oscar
Yeah.
Isaacs is in it, and Domhnall Gleeson are in it, but they both came from AI, not AI, Ex Machina,
Right.
which came out earlier this year.
But that,
Yeah.
I mean,
But it doesn't make them stars.
No.
No,
you
it's
know?
still an unknown. A lot of
Ex
people
Machina
say
was a great movie. By
Ex
the way.
Machina was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to Oscar Isaacs in Star Wars. I really
Me too.
And,
Me too.
And Gleeson.
As he's not Wedge, is he? He's not.
He's not Wedge.
He's playing somebody who
He's playing a
who
fighter.
idolized Wedge and idolized Luke and
Oh,
idolized
Yeah,
Han.
he's a young X-wing pilot.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then Domhnall Gleeson is going to be the Imperial bad guy. He's going to be like the new Moff Tarkin, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting cast, I think.
Yeah.
Because he was such like a timid dude in Ex Machina.
He was, but I think he could absolutely pull it off.
Oh, I think he can too.
Yeah.
But have you seen a picture of him in his
No.
fucking Imperial outfit?
No.
He looks fucking boss.
Does he?
He does.
Nice.
I was like, shit.
What's it? What is it?
Look
Don?
up
What's his name?
Domhnall Gleeson, Domnhal.
The new Wedge Antilles is what I meant to say.
Yeah, pretty much gonna be the new Wedge
He's gonna be
Antilles.
yeah. Not
Star Wars.
Not Gleason, but yeah.
Like they released pictures. They took up EW Star Wars pictures from earlier this week. They released a whole bunch of pictures of people, new photos of people.
All right, if you had to put an actor from the prequels into these, you had to put one of them in. Who would it be, and who would they be?
Oh, this is a no-brainer.
Mm.
You put in Ghost, young Obi-Wan Kenobi. You get Ewan McGregor as Ghost, young Obi-Wan Kenobi, because Alec Guinness is dead. So
Right.
you get in. I think he's dead.
Yeah.
If Alec Guinness is not dead, I apologize.
No, he's
but I'm pretty sure he's dead.
He's unfortunately passed
So,
away.
did you look at EW pictures for Star Wars?
He forgot what he was doing. But
Star Wars.
So, not just, like...
I don't know. I think I might agree with you on that because honestly, like,
who else would you...
Ewan McGregor did a good job as Obi-Wan, even though I hate those movies.
Right, he was good as Obi-Wan.
He was good as Obi-Wan.
Yeah, he absolutely was.
And I honestly...
Or you bring back Liam Neeson as the Ghost of Qui-Gon Jinn. Like, I mean, he wasn't great as Qui-Gon Jinn, I don't think. He wasn't great in the movies, I don't think, but... So you bring in the Neesons. Dude, just look up just EW Star Wars pics.
I do have
a
man crush on Ewan McGregor now.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
I do too.
I
might be unfairly saying Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Because other than that, I mean, who are you gonna bring? You're not gonna bring in Christensen. You don't. I mean, if you're gonna do Ghost Vader, do Ghost Vader's outfit. Don't bring back real Vader. Don't bring back Christensen as Ghost Vader.
I hope we don't have any of the Force Ghosts. Honestly, I don't do that.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it.
This is my biggest fear about the new Star Wars movie. My biggest fear is that, and this is something that Star Wars: The Old Republic did. They're like, you know what's really cool about Star Wars? Oh, this part where you get a Wookiee, or he has a Wookiee, or the parts in Star Wars that were really, really good. I'm afraid they're just going to redo and just rehash.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm a little scared because they did that in Star Wars: The Old Republic. We're like, oh, I'm a smuggler, and now I get a Wookiee.
So you get this picture of them running, you get this picture of Kylo Ren,
that looks awesome.
who's looking fucking beast as shit. Picture of this dude right here. Like, what the fuck is this thing? It's obviously an animal.
Well, let's not point at pictures and talk about it on our cast. Let's.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. But there are a lot of really good screenshots. As a matter of fact, go ahead and save this.
He does actually look like a solid.
It looks
dude's looking boss as shit right there.
Let's go ahead and save this.
Yeah. When that guy gives me orders, I take them.
And let's stick that up because that's a lot of really good screenshots there.
Yeah, they have a lot of good pictures of and it looks very Star Wars.
Yeah, it does.
It looks very Star Wars. Like all of the pictures look very Star Wars. It looks really good.
I'm just afraid they're just gonna rehash a lot. Like this was really iconic about Star Wars, and rehash that stuff.
And they really might, but in with a new twist, because I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Abrams did Into Darkness.
Yeah.
And he basically just remade Wrath of Khan, but twisted a little bit. Said, "Isn't it cool? It's different now." No. It's sort of just
Well, I think Abrams I think he did that movie because it's a decent paycheck. He did the first one. He did a good job with the first one, but I think he really just wanted to do Star Wars, so he gave them a movie.
Well, the last fight scene between Spock and
basically
Khan
Star
is basically
Wars.
the only thing I'm missing is lightsabers, and it's basically a fucking Jedi fight. Phasma's looking badass.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, but let's see what else. Do we have anything else to talk about, guys? What other movies?
We haven't talked about. We went to see Man From U.N.C.L.E. last night.
Yeah, we did go see Man From U.N.C.L.E.
Oh, you haven't talked about that yet?
We haven't talked about that.
Oh, I thought you did.
We talked about it in passing a little
Okay.
bit, but it was really good. It's made from the classic '60s TV show, and it was very true to that. I felt the spirit of that.
Yeah.
You have it's very much in the Cold War era, so you have Russians versus Americans, and that's the whole thing. It's now the escaped Nazis have got a nuclear bomb, and they're going to blow up the world. Actually, they figured out how to simplify the uranium enriching process so that anyone can make nuclear bombs with this process. And then they have so some guys figured this out. They have to stop it because the Americans don't want everybody having that, and the Russians don't want everybody having that. But at the same time, they're both he's got a computer disk with all that information on it. You get that disk and bring it back to us,
yes.
American guy. And the Russian guy's you Russian spy, get the Russian disk and bring it back to us. Because whoever has that disk has all the power. So it sort of sets them up to be have to work together, but at the end game, be against each other.
That's pretty fascinating.
And the Russian guy is played by Armie Hammer. He does a really good job of being a Russian guy.
He lives up to that name,
He really does.
He's a tank.
Yeah. And the American guy is basically American James Bond. He's James Bond without the British accent.
He's Archer to me.
He's basically Archer.
Yeah.
He really is. He's basically Archer. He drinks scotch all the time.
Yeah,
He's all the time out womanizing.
I think Henry Cavill would be a good real life Archer if they ever did a real life Archer movie.
Yeah, well, Archer's basically taken a lot from Man From U.N.C.L.E.
Right.
Is Archer.
Yeah.
Archer has because it's the only reason why they're very much against the Russians all the time. Because Russia's not really. They haven't really been a threat to us for a while.
Right.
So.
Just the Ukraine.
Right. So, but it was very good. Also featured Alicia Vikander, who played the robot lady in Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
They've really gotten a lot of roles lately, these people.
Yeah.
They got, I didn't think Ex Machina did that great, but apparently it impressed enough people with it, because they all did a great job in it.
The acting was
phenomenal.
The acting was
Ex Machina.
superb.
It really was.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she played it, and she plays an East German who gets saved in the beginning of the movie. Yeah, she's an East German mechanic in the beginning of the movie, who's actually, you find out by the end, is actually a British spy, because the British got to all this stuff first, before the Americans and Russians got up. The British already had the plan in place, and they were angry that the Russians and Americans had screwed up their plan. But they had some very Archer-like scenes in it, that were also from the movie or from the original TV show. Where there's one scene where they're trying to escape in a boat, and they're getting chased down by boats with machine guns on them, and they're just shooting all over the place. And the American guy falls off the back of the boat, and the Russian guy doesn't even notice it. So he goes for a couple of scenes still talking to the American guy who's not there. Meanwhile, the American guy swims out onto the shore, gets into a truck nearby to just make his escape that way, and notices that there's a lunch there that somebody who drove a truck left their lunch that was packed in there in the truck. So he opens it up, and there's a bottle of wine and a glass and a sandwich and some grapes and stuff. So he just starts making himself a little meal and eating it in the background, in the rearview mirror sometimes. And sometimes the shot comes through the side of the car, you can see through the other side. The guy in the Russian guy is still getting his boat shot up and everything, driving around in figure eights and this from this wharf that they have the harbor they have all blocked off, so he can't get out. And eventually his boat sinks and he gets blown up or whatever. The American guy just boop, puts it in drive and starts to drive away. But he goes back and saves him. There's a bunch of scenes like that where it's one guy. There's a scene at the end where they're getting tortured. He was getting tortured by a guy. The Russian guy comes in and saves him. Yeah. And then they've tied the German guy who's torturing him up to the machine.
It's an electrocution machine.
It's an electrocution machine, but it has a short, so it doesn't work all the time. So they're trying to electrocute him a little bit, and it goes out. And so they go to the hallway to discuss, because the German guy's look, I'll tell you what, you don't have to torture me. I will tell you everything. I'll show up in court and say everything there is to say about anybody.
I don't even have to know him.
Right, I'll make up stuff to say in court about people. So the two of them go into the hallway to talk about what they're going to do. Because they're well, I really hate this guy, and we should probably just kill him, but maybe he'll be useful, blah, blah, blah. And they're having this conversation in the background, the machine kicks on. Yeah. And starts electrocuting the guy to death, and he catches on fire, and he's burning, and turning around the hallway, having this very serious conversation
about the future.
About the future of this guy. They turn around and go, oh, well, I guess that's decided. The
guy's I left my jacket in there. Yeah.
But it was very entertaining in that fashion. At the same time, it was a pretty good spy movie overall.
Yeah, definitely. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously in the 60s. I think they did a good job of keeping everything inaccurate, time-wise to the 60s.
Yeah, even the spy gadgets were very 60s.
Were very 60s. I love their computer disc was my favorite thing. That thing was this big around, this thick. And I'm wow.
You know who would have been an interesting Doctor Strange?
Who?
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill probably would have been a great Doctor Strange.
Just saying.
An excellent Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not who we got, though.
Who did we get, Roby?
Who did we get, Roby?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, wow.
That's who we got.
Ugh.
That guy.
That guy makes my panties wet.
We know he does. We have to drop off your chair every time we mention his name. Dear God. I hate Benedict Cumberbatch.
I'm sorry. He makes your panties wet, obviously. With pure rage.
With pure rage. Yes. So,
All right. Anything else, guys?
I think that about wraps it up.
If we missed something, too bad.
I guess tomorrow, Rob and I will be finishing up the card review for Hearthstone.
Yep.
Release the rest of the cards, so it's going to be a long one. We'll probably have to break it up, honestly, a couple different parts. But check that out if you're interested, and if you're not, check it out anyways because we need news.
We do. And you can also check us out at RSGPodcast.com.
People who aren't watching this to watch our other one because we need reviews.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends, John. Not us.
Yes. Tell Jacob to watch it too.
Tell Jacob to watch it. Have him tell his friend. You know what? We're going to have to go beyond friends. Tell people you don't know.
Yeah.
Just
Start telling strangers.
Start telling strangers.
Start telling strangers.
So check us out on Facebook, Random Subject Generator, Twitter at RSG Podcast, and then RSGPodcast.com, all of which you can try to get a hold of us. Facebook's the best way. We may reply back. Well,
it's...
actually, John, you can just call us, man.
Podcast.
Just, John, you can just call
I'm
us.
trying to remember like the last time I had the RSG Facebook open, even like
yesterday for me.
It's been a while.
Or no, Friday.
Podcast
Did you post some interesting stuff on it?
No, I just looked at it.
I still get the weekly reviews.
Yeah, I get the email every
yeah.
week that says like, "This is how badly you're failing on Facebook."
You guys have a 100% failure rate. Anyway, check us out. Have a good time, and leave your comments if you want.
Just one comment, John. Jesus.
I know. We know you're watching.
You have to have a YouTube account for. I was probably has to have one anyway at this point. To do anything on
Guest.
Google.
One view. Guest.
Guest. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Bye.
See ya.